Today we're going to be talking about documents and permits, the number one thing that you need while traveling with your pets from US to Thailand. Hi, I'm Lolita. I'm a veterinarian and a cat mom, and I recently traveled from US to Thailand, so I just want to make this video to be as informative as possible so that you can process these documents on time and make it to Thailand very smoothly. Okay, let's get started. The first is the list of the documents. Just get to know what these documents are and what's the time needed to process them. I put the list of the documents, and in the next slide over here, you will see the timeline of the processing for these documents. I would advise to start at least 60 to 90 days in advance if you're planning your move to Thailand with your pets. The number one thing that you need to do right now is make sure that your pet is microchipped. I know a lot of pets in the US are microchipped, but sometimes cats choose people. They just walk into your house and next thing you know, it's your pet. So the cat might not have a microchip, or your dog might not have a microchip, pet microchip. It's a 15-digit ISO microchip. This microchip has to be done before you get the vaccines, so that when you get the vaccines for your pet, the microchip number is associated with the vaccine as well. And it has to be registered on the vaccination certificate as well. Second step is to get the rabies vaccination if you haven't already got it. I would say that if you haven't got the rabies vaccination in the past 6 months, it might be a good idea to get the pet re-vaccinated so that you have at least a year before you have to get the pet vaccinated again in Thailand. So as you have seen in the past few years, especially in 2020, we had the global pandemic, and these diseases are zoonotic that can transfer from animals to human. Rabies is one such disease that is a zoonotic, and currently we still do not have a cure for this disease. And therefore, the only way to avoid these diseases is to prevent it and to prevent it from spreading. Everything around pet transport exists because we have these zoonotic diseases that we haven't found the cure yet for. Hopefully one day we will find a cure for these diseases. I should be working on trying to cure these diseases, but that's a topic for another YouTube video. You want to connect with the USDA accredited veterinarian. So here's something that I recently realized, that veterinarians in the US, although they're licensed, not all of them are USDA accredited. So you can go to this website and make sure that you're getting the vaccine from a USDA accredited veterinarian. If the vaccination has been given to your pet by a non-USDA accredited veterinarian, then a USDA accredited veterinarian must submit a form saying that the dog or the cat has been vaccinated with a US issued vaccine. And this form cannot be retroactively issued. This is a very different thing than just getting a vaccine from a licensed veterinarian. You can connect with a USDA accredited veterinarian based on your location. So you just go in here and you fill out your state, your county, and it will give you a complete list of accredited veterinarian. I'll share here the screen for you. So in the USDA website, if you go to the main page, you can see over here, taking a pet from the United States to another country. Export is what you want to look at. What you would need is, each destination country has its own requirement for vaccination. We're talking about Thailand. Rabies vaccination is the number one vaccination required for both cats and dogs. If you go to the USDA website, they will give you a full detail on what kind of vaccinations are required. So dogs have to be vaccinated against rabies, distemper, hepatitis, parvo, and leptospirosis. Along with that, there is another vaccine that is usually given. And in case of cats, it's again rabies, FVRCP, which covers feline panleukopenia. So make sure the vaccine that you're getting covers all these specific diseases, because these are very important communicable diseases that can spread. If it's the first vaccine, the dog would need a booster dose. But if it's not the first vaccine, the dog doesn't need a booster dose, and one vaccine is enough. But it is always advisable that you're doing the rabies vaccination 21 days before you plan to submit your import permit. The third one is to get an import permit. You can see application for an import permit. You need to download this PDF file, which gives you the application form R1. This is a downloadable form that you have to fill out and you have to send out to the appropriate AQS center. For example, my first stop in Thailand was Bangkok, so I submitted the form to the Bangkok AQS. When you're filling out this form, you have to mention the microchip number. So you need these documents before you fill out these forms. I submitted this form at least 15 to 20 days before my flight. So the first step is microchip. Second step is rabies vaccination 21 days before the filing for the import permit. On the 21st day, you submit the import permit along with the document I mentioned, the form R1. I would definitely keep at least 10 to 15 business days for this import permit to arrive, just because their Thai holidays are different. Plus there is like weekends. You got the import permit back confirmed from the Thai officials. You are now ready to travel and depart the US. This is where the next important step comes, which is 10 days before your departure. This is like the most nerve-wracking document that I have to wait for. Forget visas. I was in the US and people talk about visas all the time to be nerve-wracking. Try waiting for this document because it is the worst. Now you take all these documents and you go back to your USDA accredited veterinarian, and 10 days before your departure is when the USDA accredited veterinarian checks your pet's health and confirms that your pet is ready for your flight. So the USDA accredited veterinarian will send these documents via the Veterinary Export Services. This is called as the Veterinary Export Health Certificate System, VEHCS. There are two ways to do these and send these documents. If you do it online, you can do it on day one. But if your veterinarian can't do it online, then you have to send a mail or a fax, and that can cause delay in the process. Personally, when you go to the veterinarian to get the vaccine, you can make sure that the veterinarian can do this process online. That'll be much more easier, and they can submit the requirements on the first day of the 10th day period before your departure. Yeah, so the veterinarian sends all these documents to the VEHCS online. Along with this document, you have to submit one more thing. That is the FedEx return mail. So you usually do like a priority return mail. There will be here the instructions on how to send the FedEx packaging. Actually, you have to do this online. When I went to the FedEx office for this purpose, they said that you have to create your own account and you have to create the packaging yourself. You will get like a barcode once you create the package, and you have to take this barcode to your veterinarian so that the veterinarian can put the barcode in the VEHS system along with all the other documents. So this is the way that you get the health certificate back from the USDA veterinarian after it has been endorsed. It's only 10 days and there is like weekends. They're off on weekends and they work only till 4 p.m. And sometimes there are holidays. So make sure that you are doing this on the first day of the 10-day period. I did it on the first day of the 10-day period, and I got my documents back only on the 9th day. And it was a nervous 9-day wait to get these documents back. I had to call the USDA office to make sure that the document has been endorsed. Once the document has been endorsed, usually they send it out that day itself to FedEx. But in my case, they did not. They sent it the next day. You have to make sure that you have the tracking number. they have the tracking number, the veterinarian has the tracking number. All of you must have the FedEx tracking number so that you can track this document wherever it's going. So this is the main document. Now you have received the health certificate endorsed by the USDA accredited veterinarian, and you're ready to depart with your flight, right? So make sure that obviously you have all these documents with you, make copies of them, put them in a drive, make physical copies of them. One thing I would like to mention is, why is it important to get the vaccination done for the USDA accredited veterinarian? It's not only important for your export, but when you want to come back to the US, it is specifically important that your dog is vaccinated with a USDA accredited veterinarian. The process is a little bit easier because the CDC does require that the dogs have been vaccinated by a USDA accredited veterinarian. The last thing is, once you land in Thailand, you take all of these documents along with your pets to the AQS center in Bangkok. That's where they actually issue the original import permit for your pets coming into Thailand. So this form is also important when you want to go out of Thailand. Again, this form is something that you have to show them that you imported them legally into Thailand. The documents and the permit, it's one of the most expensive processes to do when you're planning your trip to Thailand with your pets. Check out my video on budgeting and how I budgeted my travel and expenses while I travel with my pets from US to Thailand. Hopefully you have a good flight. I also have a video on choosing the best airline to travel with your pets. So you watch that video if you want to, so that you pick out a good airline for your pets' travel. And yeah, that's every document that you would need. Hope you guys like this video and the information that I'm giving out here. I hope you find this informative, and if you want to book a one-on-one consult, you can do that. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel, because this helps the video reach people who are traveling from US to Thailand. I'll be talking a little bit more on how to travel with your pets to Thailand. I have traveled with cats, so I'm going to give you cat-specific tips for international travel in my next video. Stay tuned for that, and I'll hopefully see you on the next video. Bye! Bye!